I'm Howard Eyrich. I've been teaching at BTS for 32 years. I was president for 5 years, and now I continue on as chairman of the master's level counseling program and director of the D-Min counseling program. And it's a joy to be part of this institution and watch it grow and develop. And arts has become a big piece of that as we associate with our brothers in doing the same thing, place after place after place. ATS was an accrediting body for theological institutions. Unfortunately, as a whole, that had gone awry and was no longer committed to the Reformed standards, which we were committed to and are committed to. Therefore, part of the idea of arts was having an accrediting institution that was thoroughly committed to a Reformed theological framework and to teach from that. We welcome other people in, but that's our teaching position. Well, before arts actually became an institution, I was commuting from Knollwood, where I was then pastor, and I'd come up here to teach on Mondays, and Tommy Saunders and I and another gentleman would get on the phone and we would think through the ATS regs, and we tried to build an institution or start to build an institution that would parallel but would accommodate our mode of operation for education. And back then, that was almost unheard of and wasn't thought very highly of. Now today, everybody else is doing it too. In 2000, I became president of BTS. It became even more important to me that we maintain the arts reform standards and wanted other schools of like mind to gather together. And another accrediting association wasn't really the issue. It was necessary, but it wasn't the issue. We wanted an accrediting association that was committed and would stay committed to the Reformed framework by which we teach and help our students learn to minister out of that context. During my tenure as president, it became very important to me that our teaching position as Reformed framework would continue to permeate everything we did. To give an illustration of how important that is and the value of it, my wife and I would visit our student churches during the summertime. And one day we walked out of church and she turned to me and she said, "You know, it's amazing. Every one of these men I've heard preach has been right on target. It demonstrates the value that BTS brings to the community." Today, there's somewhere between 15 and 20 seminaries associated with arts. That's a thrill to my heart, and I want to encourage those who are in leadership today to make sure we keep those standards central, because that's what makes us outstanding. That's what makes us important to the country. That's what makes us important to the church. So, brothers, let's stay faithful to what we started with, and let's keep it going, and let's make sure we educate people to rightly divide the Word of God around the Reformed standards so that we produce another generation who will take up the leadership and continue the good work that God has begun.